Here's your audience. One, two.
How many of you have ever been affected by someone you didn't know? Someone you probably will never meet, who may even live in another country. We hear about them on the news, the good things they do or have done for others. They may not affect us directly, but we feel an emotional charge just knowing that those people are out there helping. Princess Diana was one of those people. She became famous through her title of princess, but was so much more to so many people. She was known throughout the world for her work in charity, her role in humanitarian causes, and changing the face of the monarchy, and as an inspiration to women. Let's go back to the mid-1980s for a moment. Most of us remember when HIV and AIDS was introduced to us. It was introduced as a disease and people thought they could contract it just by being near someone who had it. It was introduced as almost someone having leprosy. Imagine how the infected people felt that had this disease. They were ostracized and alienated from the world. They were very afraid and very alone. In April 1987, Princess Diana was the first high-profile celebrity to be photographed touching a person with HIV, which contributed to changing the public opinion of the virus and the disease. A statement made by Bill Clinton in regards to Diana's role in changing the world's opinion on AIDS, that was located online from Biography Online, stated, in 1987, when so many still believed that AIDS could be contracted through casual contact, Princess Diana sat on the sickbed of a man with AIDS and held his hand. She showed the world that people with AIDS deserve no isolation, but compassion and kindness, and helped change world opinion and gave hope to people with AIDS with an outcome of saved lives for people at risk. Diana had always loved to work with children and was an assistant at a daycare before she married and became the princess we all know. Her love of children led her to work and campaign against the use of landmines. How did these two connect would be the question you ask yourselves. Landmines and children. Think of other nations with less, and children with barely a toy. A landmine to many of them was a shiny new object to play with, and we can imagine the disastrous outcome of that. Diana served as a Red Cross volunteer and visited landmines. She visited landmine survivors and attended landmine awareness classes. Most notably, she was noticed for her influence on the UK and other nations for signing the Ottawa Treaty, which only happened in December 1997, 4 months after her death. This Ottawa Treaty helped to ban landmines in other nations. As well as, let me change the topic now to who she was to the people and the impact she made on the monarchy. As well as being an inspiration to women, she was regarded as the people's princess and thought of as different than the royal family. She did not pretend to be better than anyone else because of her title. And therefore the world loved her, trusted her, and kept faith in her because she was one of them, one of the people. She refused to allow the monarchy to run her life and her marriage. She divorced her unfaithful husband, despite the negative publicity it would cause her. This charted a familiar course for millions of women and made them feel that, however disastrous their lives, they were not alone. The public could relate to her plight and applaud her strength. Death of a Princess, Mark Kirby. After her death, she continued to bring about change in the monarchy by making them realize what the population needed and what the population wants from them. A quotation from ABC News in 1997 by Brown stated, "I think that Diana actually helped shape the royal family into the 21st century. She was the engine of change. She was a cataclysmic force, a meteor that landed on them and forced them to change their ways." Despite some of the negative press Diana suffered in her lifetime, it is her optimism and her generosity that the world remembers, not her fault. One could say that it was only her title that made her famous, but I disagree. It was her title that allowed her to make such a difference in the world, to bring attention to such things as AIDS and landmines, to use her fame and title to do good in the world, and in that she succeeded. She will be remembered in the hearts of many around the world as Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, the People's Princess.